Silence, all stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Soraya Norma Abdullah.
May it please the court, I move that Soraya Norma Abdullah be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Soraya Norma Abdullah be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Abina Amoakoa Ajapon.
May it please the court, I move that Abina Amoaka Ajayapon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Amaya Amoakoa Ajayapon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Marianne Awad.
May it please the court, I move that Marianne Awad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Marianne Awad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Thomas Andrew Balo.
May it please the court, I move that Thomas Andrew Balo be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Thomas Andrew Balo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vani Alison Cardinio.
May it please the court, I move that Vani Alison Cardinio be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Vani Alison Cardinio be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jaizin Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Jaizin Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jaizin Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stacey Nicole Coombs.
May it please the court, I move that Stacey Nicole Coombs be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stacey Nicole Coombs be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Oliver George De Pasquale.
May it please the court, I move that Oliver George De Pasquale be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Oliver George De Pasquale be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Peter John Doherty.
May it please the court, I move that Peter John Doherty be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Let Peter John Doherty be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ibrahim El Haris.
May it please the court, I move that Ibrahim El Harris be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ibrahim El Harris be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ahmed El Jam.
May it please the court, I move that Ahmed El Jam be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ahmed El Jam be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Josephine Elizabeth Fenn.
May it please the court, I move that Josephine Elizabeth Fenn be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Josephine Elizabeth Fenn be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Megan Ellen Grishkoviak.
May it please the court, I move that Megan Ellen Grishkoviak be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Megan Ellen Gretzkoviak be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matthew Anthony Rowley Grishkoviak.
May it please the court, I move that Matthew Anthony Rowley Grishkoviak be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Matthew Anthony Rowley Gretzkoviak be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mary Ann Hakim.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Mary Ann Hakim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mary Ann Hakim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Natasha Kate Hamblin.
May it please the court, I move that Natasha Kate Hamblin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Natasha Kate Hamblin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kevin Gar-Wen Huang.
May it please the court, I move that Kevin Gar-Yuen Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kevin Gowen Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Danielle Marie Hughes.
May it please the court, I move that Danielle Marie Hughes be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Danielle Marie Hughes be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zachary Zen Ting Hung.
May it please the court, I move that Zachary Zenting Hung be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zachary Zenting Hung be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anna Helena Hertig-Adair.
May it please the court, I move that Anna Helena Hertig-Adair be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Anna Helena Hertig-Adair be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lauren Olivia Jones.
May it please the court, I move that Lauren Olivia Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lauren Olivia Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tasheen Kausa.
May it please the court, I move that Tahsin Kausa be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tahsin Kausa be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Abriha Kadane.
May it please the court, I move that Abriha Kadeen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Abriha Kadeen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Natalie Martino.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Natalie Martino be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Natalie Martino be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rory Allen Mackenzie.
May it please the court, I move that Rory Allen Mackenzie be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rory Allen Mackenzie be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nabiha Naz Muhammad.
May it please the court, I move that Nabiha Naz Muhammad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nabiha Naz Muhammad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Noel Sedigo Nashangayo.
May it please the court, I move that Noel Sadiga Nashangayo be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Noel Sadigo Nashangayo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Justice Anne Panapa.
May it please the court, I move that Justice Anne Panapa be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Justice Anne Panapa be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stavros Pantelis.
May it please the court, I move that Stavros Pantelis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stavros Pantelis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tia Anna Rahab.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Tiana Raheb be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tiana Raheb be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Soumya Ravi Kumar.
May it please the court, I move that Soumya Ravi Kumar be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Soumya Ravi Kumar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Philippa Rose Rich.
May it please the court, I move that Philippa Rose Rich be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Philippa Rose Rich be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexandra Elizabeth Sarah.
May it please the court, I move that Alexandra Elizabeth Sarah be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexandra Elizabeth Sarah be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aya Gayatri Shara.
May it please the court, I move that Arya Gayatri Sharat be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Arya Gayatri Shara be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Natalie Zen.
May it please the court, I move that Natalie Zen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Natalie Zen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Akash Aman Shandil.
May it please the court, I move that Akash Aman Shandal be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Akash Aman Shandal be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yubaraj Surma.
May it please the court, I move that Yubaraj Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yubaraj Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Xiao Chen Shi.
May it please the court, I move that Xiao Chen Shi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Xiao Shen Shi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lyndon John Smith.
May it please the court, I move that Lyndon John Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lyndon John Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Pavana Tavakoli.
May it please the court, I move that Pavana Tavakole be admitted as a solicitor of this honourable court.
Let Pavana Tavakoli be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Corey Michael Vora.
May it please the court, I move that Corey Michael Vora be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Corey Michael Vora be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wen Yu.
May it please the court, I move that Wan Yu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Wen Yu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amy Warren.
May it please the court, I move that Amy Warren be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Amy Warren be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stephen Robert Watson.
May it please the court, I move that Stephen Robert Watson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stephen Robert Watson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Prudence Louise Watts.
May it please the court, I move that Prudence Louise Watts be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Prudence Louise Watts be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yan To Wong.
May it please the court, I move that Yan To Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yan To Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Panayotis Xenos.
May it please the court, I move that Panagiotis Xenos be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Panagiotis Xenos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alison Ching Won Young.
May it please the court, I move that Alison Ching Won Young be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alison Chin Wong Young be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will be necessary for those applicants whose admissions have been moved to stand and remain standing for the purpose of swearing an oath or making a declaration. Please stand as directed by the officiating officer.
Could rows 1 and 2 on my right please stand? Soraya Norma Abdullah. Abina Amoakoa Ejapon. Marianne Awad. Thomas Andrew Balo. Varney Alison Cardinio. Jai-Jin Chen. Stacey Nicole Coombs. Oliver George D. Pasquale. Peter John Doherty. Ibrahim L. Harris. Ahmed El Jam. Josephine Elizabeth Fenn. Megan Ellen Grishovniak. Matthew Anthony Rowley Grisoviak. Mary Ann Hakeem. And Natasha Kate Hamblin. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, so help me God, or I do?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 to my right please stand? Kevin Gar Yuen Hang Wang. Danielle Marie Hughes, Zachary Zenting Hung, Anna Helena Hurtig-Adair, Lauren Olivia Jones, Tasheen Kausa, Abria Kadane, Natalie Martino, Rory Allen Mackenzie, Nabia Naz Mohammed, Noel Sedigo Nashan-Gayo, Justice Ann Panapa, Stavros Pantelis, Tiana Rahab, Somya Ravikumar, Philippa Rose Rich, Alexandra Elizabeth Sarah, Ayagayatri Sharat, Natalie Zen. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could the two rows to my left please stand? Akash Arman Shandil, Uberej Surma, Xiaochen Shi, Lyndon John Smith, Pavana Tavakoli, Corey Michael Vura, Wen Yu, Amy Warren, Stephen Robert Watson, Prudence Louise Watts, Yanto Wong, Panayotis Xenos, Alison Ching Woon Young. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down.
I also admit as a lawyer of this court the following person who has completed a special process for admission in absentia: Heu Zhao. Now that the formal proceedings are concluded, it's my privilege on behalf of Chief Justice Bell, who regrets that other commitments prevent him from officiating at this ceremony, to extend to each one of you a warm welcome to the Supreme Court of New South Wales. I'm Justice Brereton of the Court of Appeal. I have the privilege of presiding in place of the Chief Justice on this important occasion. Present with me on the bench today to my immediate right is Justice Griffiths, an acting Judge of Appeal, and to my left, Justice McNaughton, a Judge of the Common Law Division. Together we constitute the court that has, in the due exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice. This ceremony takes place on land for which, since time immemorial, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation have cared and been the custodians. The court pays its respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, as it does to all First Nations people participating in these proceedings. To those who have been admitted today, congratulations and welcome to the legal profession. The Supreme Court of New South Wales, of each one of you is now an officer, is nigh on 2 centuries old. Next year we will celebrate that bicentenary. The Charter of Justice, which created the court, was proclaimed on the 17th of May 1824. Only 25 years after the end of the French Revolution in 1799, in the midst of the great period of revolution and reform in Europe between 1815 and 1848, and 37 years before the outbreak of the American Civil War in 1861. This history of the continuous administration of the rule of law by this court for 2 centuries, though not unique, is remarkable. The robes we wear, as you will see from the portraits that hang on the walls of this court, are the same robes, and in my case at least literally, as our predecessors wore. In this is symbolised the enduring continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales. In a world in which there is today so much global insecurity and uncertainty, the continuity of the rule of law has never been more important. It's reflected in the judicial oath to which each judge of the court subscribes: to do justice to all manner of people, without fear or favour, affection or ill will. That is the antithesis of the arbitrary abuse of power by populists and autocrats. We must and do acknowledge that the imposition of foreign laws on the First Nations, including in times past by this court, has wrought many hardships and injustices. But it is also important to recognise that as long ago as 1838, it was the unstinting adherence to the rule of law by law officers and the court, in the face of public hysteria, that resulted in the conviction of those responsible for the Mile Creek massacre of 28 Aboriginal men and women in northern New South Wales. The custom, which you have continued today, of advocates coming before the bench to swear an oath on admission to practice dates back to the 12th century. This court first admitted lawyers in 1824, and by 1830 the names of lawyers were subscribed onto rolls in this state, as in turn will yours be when, after this ceremony, you sign the roll. You've been admitted on the motion of someone who is already a member of the profession, and your family, friends and peers, as well as we three on the bench, are all witnesses to the promises and undertakings you have given. The law touches every part of our society, and its practice may lead to diverse career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one, which demands solemn regard. Whether in private practice or at the bar, in a community legal centre or a corporation, in a Crown Law office or other government department or agency, or in whatever other field your career may take you, you should be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice. And you must at all times strive to uphold these cardinal values. Notwithstanding all this formality and tradition, the legal profession is not locked in the past. The profession is a far more diverse one than it was when I was first admitted 40 years ago. Since 2018, women have comprised more than half the solicitors with a practising certificate in New South Wales, and currently more than 2/3 of those under the age of 30. Many of the most senior positions in the law in the country are held by distinguished women, including the current Chief Justices of the High Court and of Victoria, Queensland and the Australian Capital Territory, the President of our Court of Appeal, this state's Director of Public Prosecutions and Senior Public Defender, and the Presidents of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society of New South Wales. One need only look around the ranks of those who have been admitted today to see the increasing cultural diversity of the profession, which is also progressively creeping up the ranks of the profession. This is important. It facilitates the proper representation of all sectors of our diverse community, and the people will have confidence in a profession and a court that reflects the community. Other developments include the rapid technological advances brought about by the pandemic. There have been profound consequences for the way in which courts and lawyers interact with litigants and clients. And there's also increased workplace flexibility for practitioners, which increases accessibility for those with family responsibilities and those in regional and remote communities. But while the increased use of technology offers many opportunities and advantages, the practice of law has at its heart human nature and human interaction. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how they react and respond, and how they interact. This cannot be done exclusively at the end of an audio-visual link. Always remember that you are not dealing with the law in a vacuum, but in its application to people's lives. The profession of law is a profession of service to your clients and of service to the administration of justice. Being a lawyer means that you are their advisor, confidant, problem solver, mediator, and advocate. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. This is an inevitable consequence of having dual obligations to clients and to the court. You must use the tools you've developed to think critically and not compromise your fundamental duties to the court and the administration of justice. In short, if you have doubt as to whether a course of action is proper or ethical, it probably isn't. You must avoid giving your clients the advice you think they want to hear. The same question should produce the same answer regardless of who asks it and who is paying for it. The advice that your client may want to hear will not be welcome in the long run if it turns out to be incorrect. Those who seek your services as a lawyer will often be people facing enormous personal pressures, with their home, assets, welfare, family, relationships, or even liberty in jeopardy. You must bring to their service not only technical competence, but sensitivity to their circumstances, courtesy, and integrity. For a non-lawyer, the law is often difficult to comprehend. Your task is to make the law accessible to them, sometimes by interpreting complex legal concepts, sometimes by deciphering difficult drafting, sometimes by exploring and exposing complicated factual situations and explaining their legal ramifications. In your written and oral communication, strive always to be clear and concise. This helps your client understand. The best advocates make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. From time to time, you will make mistakes, mostly minor, but some perhaps momentous. We all do. Learn from your mistakes and remember that it is almost always the cover-up rather than the original commission of error that leads to grief. Your duties of honesty and integrity and your undertaking to serve the administration of justice oblige you to take responsibility for your mistakes and to rectify what you can. Many aspects of legal practice are in their nature adversarial. Differences and disputes, even in non-litigious practice, can become heated, but a lawyer must avoid stoking the fire. Members of the profession are expected to deal with each other courteously and civilly. You mustn't allow pressures from anxious or angry clients or frustrations with your opponent to lead you into offensive and antagonistic correspondence and communications. There is simply no place for it, and especially no place for correspondence that contains allegations of impropriety against an opponent. Remember that almost invariably, they are doing the best they can for their client with the resources they have within the confines of propriety according to their perception. You must maintain your detachment and balance and good humour, remembering at all times that you're members not of a business but of a profession, and sometimes you need to assist your clients to understand that too. Be moderate in what you charge. Lawyers can earn a very comfortable living without resorting to exorbitant charging. Although we no longer have scales of costs, the Cost Assessment Rules Committee has published guidelines as to appropriate amounts to be allowed on assessment, and they provide a sound guide as to the range of rates that is considered reasonable. Some of you as employees may come under the pressure of budgets and targets. If you are charging more than those guidelines suggest is appropriate for a lawyer of your seniority, you should be asking yourself and perhaps your employer why. You don't need to charge for everything you do, and be prepared to do your share of pro bono work. Cases in which pro bono representation resulted in a real difference for a client who would not otherwise have had a lawyer are, for me, amongst the most memorable and rewarding of my time at the bar. Be conscious of your health, both physical and psychological. The practice of law is demanding, it can become all-consuming, and physically and mentally taxing. If you think that your days of caffeine-sustained nights are over, you are sadly mistaken. There may be times when you feel overwhelmed, exhausted, or distressed. But the law is a very collegiate profession, and you can always turn to a peer for help and advice, and you should always be receptive to those who might similarly turn to you. Try to keep some balance in your life, have an interest outside the law, and don't forget your family. And keep an eye open to the welfare of your colleagues. You will notice before they do when someone is beginning to struggle, and an intervention at that point can avoid much grief later. Likewise, have the humility to listen if someone has a word like that to you. A modest remediation at that stage can avert a catastrophe later. And finally, despite the serious nature of many of these remarks, today is above all a day for celebration. You should be justly proud of your achievements. You've had to work hard, often very hard, to get here. In that, for many of you, the support of your family and friends, including those here with you today and those watching online, will have been invaluable. No doubt they've also been on the receiving end of your developing skills of argument and persuasion. Please take the time to give them the thanks that they so richly deserve. And now let me invite representatives of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society to add their welcomes to the profession of which they are already eminent examples. Ms. Irvine, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Alana Skoufis, and I have been practicing at the bar for about 8 months, predominantly in criminal and administrative law. Before that, I practiced as a solicitor for about 8 years. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, like using an iPad in court, and importantly to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. And for those of you with a difficult to pronounce or spell last name, perhaps like mine, you might need to get used to spelling your last name in court, but it doesn't change the fact that you belong here. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I'm very proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of the job and that it allows me to give expert advice and to represent people in court and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you are interested in coming to the bar, and you should be from my perspective, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar open day. In your first year as a barrister, you are what's called a reader, and you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority, with whom you meet weekly to review your work and to learn practical skills. The support you receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. The notion of an open door policy is something that really exists in substance and not just in name. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5 year barristers, which is a good reason to get away from your desk, and a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategies of the strategic goals, I should say, of the New South Wales Bar Association to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or as a barrister, I encourage you to get involved with the Law Society or the Bar Association and to use your skills to assist the community. It is an incredibly rewarding experience working as a barrister in connection with others in the profession. And once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission as a lawyer today. May it please the court.
Thank you, Ms. Griffiths. Ms. Irvine, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Olivia Irvin, and I am the president of New South Wales Young Lawyers. And not so long ago, I stood where you are standing. That is figuratively. I was admitted online, virtually. However, wherever you are when you are admitted, it is a truly momentous occasion. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step on one years-long and at times arduous journey. I hope each of you feels immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea what to expect. It was not always easy, and it was at times overwhelming. But as I stand here today, I'm pleased to report that I have learned and grown much more than I would have imagined in 2020. One of the most important things that I've learned is the importance of being part of a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which each of you now belongs as well. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community with 30,000 members across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to the community and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, I have found that my network of peers has been crucial. I have been a part of the New South Wales Young Lawyers branch of the Law Society for 4 years, and in that time I have found friendship, I have found inspiration, as well as guidance and support when I needed it. I have also found opportunities to advocate for meaningful change to significant legal issues and participation in the profession at its very best. By joining the Law Society of New South Wales and Young Lawyers, you can access professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publication, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and much more. It is our role as the Law Society to ensure that each of you, as newly minted solicitors, is best able to thrive in your new profession. So, again, congratulations. Please reach out to us or speak to your employer, and we look forward to welcoming you to the Law Society community. May it please the court.
Thank you, Ms. Irvine. So today, in being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with a rich history, heritage and culture. As the oath or affirmation you have taken attests, you have assumed serious and solemn responsibilities. The law is a wonderful profession, traditional and modern, intellectual and practical, stimulating and satisfying. It's a profession populated by intelligent, committed and dynamic people, and it plays a central role in upholding vindicating and enforcing the rights and obligations of all manner of people. You are now part of that. Work hard, prepare thoroughly, set high standards for yourself, take pride in your work, aspire to emulate the best. Look out for your colleagues, contribute to the profession and your community, and try not to take yourself too seriously, though your family and friends will usually see to that. On behalf of the Chief Justice and judges of the Supreme Court, I once again extend to you the Court's congratulations on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. We wish you all the best for the exciting journey that awaits you and a full and rewarding career. The Court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.